Heads up, spoiler alert, you're about to see the post-credit scene for Black Widow.
Come on, Fanny. Wow. Sorry. I'm allergic to the Midwest. What this woman did, honestly, I can't even imagine.
You're not supposed to be bothering me on my holiday time, Valentina.
Oh, bothering you? Oh, no. I'm just here paying my respects.
You know, coming here makes you look desperate.
Okay.
I want a raise.
Oh, yeah, you and me both. Believe me, you're gonna earn it. I've got your next target. Thought I'd hand deliver it. Maybe you'd like a shot at the man responsible for your sister's death. Kind of a cutie, don't you think?
What's up, guys? Comics Bro here. That was the eye-popping post-credit scene for Black Widow. We're gonna unpack it all and break it all down for you. Everything from the future of Yelena Belova as the new Black Widow in the MCU, to how this sets up the HAWKEYE Disney Plus series, to Contessa, Valentina, Allegra de la Fontaine, and how this prefigures a potential Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers future. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, on August 14th, we're giving away a Marvel Titans series Sam Wilson Captain America action figure from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, complete with his Wakandan armor and wings and Steve Rogers' shield. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, leave a like and a comment down below, and remember, because it's truly random, the more videos on the channel that you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. And if you want, stick around to the end of the video, we'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So first, the post-credit scene takes place in Ohio, at least 6 years after the ending of the Black Widow film proper, meaning that Natasha Romanoff is unfortunately dead. Of course, at the end of the film, we see Natasha Romanoff getting the Quinjet from former S.H.I.E.L.D. operative Weisz. That's somewhere around 2016 and before the events of Avengers Infinity War. Then comes Avengers Endgame, which mostly takes place 5 years after Infinity War. So this entire post-credit scene really takes place in 2023 or 2024, at least 7 to 8 years after Black Widow gets that Quinjet from Weisz at the end of the film proper. The post-credit scene starts with Yelena driving her pickup truck somewhere in Ohio with a dog that she always wanted. Remember that Yelena loved her life when she was a little girl in the American Midwest with her fake Russian spy family. So it's no surprise that now that she's free, that she might settle down back in America. We see her walking quite somberly to a pretty sparse and old cemetery, and that's when we see it, the grave of Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow. Many fans were really disappointed that at the end of Avengers Endgame we didn't see her grave and there wasn't even a funeral or much mention of Natasha's sacrifice, save for some words between Clint Bart aka Hawkeye and Wanda Maximoff. So it's nice that we finally get to see Natasha's final resting place. Yelena, who considers Natasha to be her real sister, cleans up her grave, and we see that it's not some anonymous grave, but it actually says on the gravestone, Daughter, Sister, Avenger, which explains why there are so many flowers and cards and candles at her grave. After all, Natasha helped bring back 3.5 billion lives on planet Earth. We then hear Yelena use the Black Widow sister whistle that Natasha taught her. We heard Natasha teach her that whistle in the very beginning of the film, when they were kids, and we see Yelena and Natasha use it again to signal that they're each okay at the end of the film as well. And then, like a dangerous tornado breaking the somber mood, Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine blows her nose, irking Yelena Belova. Now, who is Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine, aka Valentina, aka Val? Well, first off, this post-credit scene was supposed to be her MCU debut, but because of all the craziness in the world last year, she ended up debuting instead in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus series.
Valentina, Allegra de Fontaine. Actually, it's Contessa, Valentina, Allegra de Fontaine. I know it's hard, but I don't like to repeat myself, so you can just call me Val.
Recall that she ended up recruiting John Walker, the government's hand-picked replacement for Steve Rogers, after he disgraced his bosses and was fired as the new Captain America. Contessa Valentina actually is the one who re-Christians John Walker as the U.S. agent. So who is she and what does she want from Yelena? It's unclear what kind of role she's going to play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in the comic books, Contessa Valentina has a long, convoluted, complicated history dating back to 1967. In the comics, she's not just a double agent, no, she's actually a triple agent. So in brief, Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine joined the super spy agency of S.H.I.E.L.D. and so impressed S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury that she was quickly promoted to the top echelon of the spy agency, and both became Nick Fury's lover and one of his most trusted allies. But eventually, we learn that Contessa Valentina joined Hydra, and at one point took on the mantle of Mistress Hydra. But then it gets even more convoluted. We eventually learn that she infiltrated both S.H.I.E.L.D. and later Hydra as a secret agent of Leviathan. What is Leviathan? Well, it's kind of like the Soviet Eastern Bloc version of S.H.I.E.L.D. In any event, in the comics, Valentina was someone not to be trusted. Whether she's someone to be trusted in the MCU is another question. But it looks like her dishonesty from the comics is following her to the big screen. In the post-credit scene, we see that Valentina, in a very phony way, expresses her condolences to Yelena on the loss of her sister Natasha. But she does so in order to persuade Yelena to take out Clint Bart. Valentina actually lies to Yelena and tells her that Hawkeye is responsible for the death of the Black Widow. Of course, anyone who's seen Avengers Endgame knows that it was Hawkeye who tried to sacrifice himself to save Natasha in order to retrieve the Soul Stone on planet Vormir. Natasha actually fought with her friend Hawkeye in order so that she could kill herself and save Hawkeye instead. But Yelena doesn't really know any of this, and Valentina seems to be exploiting Yelena's ignorance for her own ends. But this is important, because it totally sets up the HAWKEYE Disney Plus series, which is scheduled to debut at the end of 2021. We already know that Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova will be part of the series, and it looks like Valentina is setting up a deadly showdown between Yelena and Clint Bart on the Hawkeye series. But to what end? What is Valentina's ultimate goal? It's clear from her dialogue with Yelena that Yelena has been working for her for some time now. It's also clear that Valentina claims to work for someone else, but we don't know who. If Valentina isn't lying and she really does work for someone else, the most likely candidate would be Thunderbolt Ross. The most popular theory out there right now is that Valentina is rounding up anti-heroes and criminals to form the team of the Thunderbolts from the comics. Who are the Thunderbolts? Well, they're sort of like the Marvel version of DC's Suicide Squad. In one incarnation, the team was composed of reformed criminals and supervillains. In fact, in one incarnation, Hawkeye was a member of the team. So it's entirely possible that Valentina is sending Yelena not to kill Hawkeye, but to possibly subdue him, so that she, Valentina, could recruit him to the team. After all, Hawkeye himself has quite a checkered bloody past. As we saw in Avengers Endgame, when he lost all hope for ever seeing his family again, he took on the persona of Ronin and brought villains to justice, bypassing the criminal justice system. Ronin was judge, jury, and executioner all in one. It also wouldn't be surprising if Valentina had already recruited Taskmaster, the daughter of Red Room founder Dreykov. That would bring her team to include U.S. Agent, Yelena Belova, and the Taskmaster. Quite a formidable start to a team. Of course, it's also been speculated that rather than recruiting operatives for the Thunderbolts, that Valentina is actually recruiting members for the Dark Avengers, a sort of amoral splinter group of Avengers with illicit motivations and questionable tactics and morality. So tell me in the comments section down below all your theories on the post-credit scene. And remember, if you comment, you'll be automatically entered into our giveaway for a Marvel Titan series Sam Wilson Captain America action figure from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, complete with his Wakandan armor and wings and Steve Rogers shield. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and a comment down below, and remember, because it's truly random, the more videos on the channel that you like and comment on through August 13th, the better chance you'll have of winning. The winner will be announced August 14th on the channel. So in the meantime, click to the right for my Black Widow IMAX release analysis video, and click to the left for my 5 Marvel movies to watch before seeing Black Widow. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Comics Bro.